It's 4:45 a.m. and we are almost 12 hours after the migration of Crown version 1 to version 2. This is the new price chart, and we're sitting at $75 for the price with a high of $90 earlier today. And I still believe that this price is going to 2x to 3x within a week, followed by an extremely sharp price correction. And then we'll see just how strong Crown really is when the protocol kicks in. I'll tell you exactly why I feel this way in this video, but first, before we get started, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am just one broke millennial documenting his road to financial freedom and his bumps and bruises along the way. Please learn from my mistakes. Do your own research. Let's go over the dashboard real quick because I want to show you guys that I still have skin in this game just like everyone else. $75.39 is the current Crown of price. Well, let me see. Let me refresh. Yep, $75.51. Total locked-in value of $43 million. Treasury balance is $7,722,000. That's awesome, with a backing price of $9. Yes, the APY is sitting at 6,000%, but the runway is 195 days, and this is understandable because we're just starting off with Midas and Crown version 2, or I'm just gonna call it Crown from this moment forward. We're basically starting over. It's a reset button. Don't worry, the APY will be increased over time to keep it competitive with everything else. But I believe that that's gonna start when the marketing happens, and again, we'll go into all of that as well. So let me go to the staked part. I am currently sitting at a lovely 35.5 crowns in this wallet. In my other wallet, it's 4.5 crowns in that, so 40 crowns total, with a value of $2,681 so far, getting $30.75 a day. First off, congratulations to the team for the smooth migration. They stayed into contact with us through the entire thing, and that says a lot to me as an investor. Okay, so a lot of cool things have been happening. I actually made a tutorial video on how to do the migration. You can find that on my channel as well, but man, it's been crazy. Also, there's been tons and tons of announcements. Most of the announcements was just letting people know how the migration was going, but again, neither here nor there. I was in contact with one of the developers, and I had a conversation with them because I want to ask them questions about what was going on with version 2 and what we can expect in the first week, because I want to make a video and I want to bring you guys the best information possible, at least from the mouth of the people who are running it. I don't want to be like all these other influencers that are basically just saying a bunch of shit and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So let's get into that. Now, before I was actually communicating with Penn, but he was unavailable. I think he was tired or he was sleeping at the time. Man, these developers and Penn, they stay in here for like 15 hours a day. So yo, more power to them, man. That's crazy that they're doing it. I think he was currently resting at the time, so I had approached another developer another team member to talk about what was going on, like to answer my questions. And even though they were in the middle of a migration and working things out and working out the kinks, he still took time out of his schedule to answer questions to someone who was just staked in their project. That's it. That's all. Can you imagine owning like 2 shares of Walmart and going to the CEO of Walmart and asking them fucking questions about about the future of their project? Man, I would get shot or arrested. Okay, so this is the conversation, and I'm going to go over it with you guys, but I just want to let you know that it's going to sound weird with the questions and the responses because I had asked all the questions at once, so we were flip-flopping back and forth between questions and answers for different ones, so I just kind of compiled them all into one category for each question. So that's why it's going to sound kind of weird. And some of this stuff I'm talking about is from the announcements as well. So I started with 1, the initial seed money for version 2. Can you say what that is from without breaking any disclosure agreements? Like, is it investors or just money that came from investing in projects to save version 1 token? The response, you mean the 2 million plus 33,000 crown or the 330,000 initial while we started version 1? Now, what they mean here is that they added liquidity of $2 million and they actually have 33,000 crown for version 2 token initially, or was he talking about the $330,000 they started version 1 with? I said yes, but I was going off of this 2,033,000. And I said, I saw an announcement that stated about seed money for version 2. This was Jen, I think, at the time when he put an announcement on the announcements page talking about how they had seed money for version 2. And I didn't understand what they meant by seed money. So the 2 million plus the crown, not the initial one, which is the initial 330,000, even though I guess it would be great to know where that came from too. And that was just my question of, I wonder how you start a DAO in the first place. Like, where do you get the money from? Do investors give you money and then you start the DAO, or do you take out bank loans and you start the DAO, or whatever? I didn't know, but I wasn't really expecting an answer for that anyway. So the response was from Treasury. So the Treasury of version 1 to version 2. And I said, okay, so the seed money for version 2 is from the Treasury of version 1. Response, yes. We have also allocated in time, currently at a loss due to price drop, but we invested in time $3 million. So $3 million went into time, but of course, when time had that severe price drop, they did lose a lot before they pulled out. Today, we bought Dream for 150,000. Dream is a token. It's actually not just a token. It's a token and a project, and it's on the Ethereum network. I really wanted to get into Dream, but I couldn't because, again, I don't really fuck with Ethereum like that, only because of the extremely high gas fees. Hopefully one day, but not now. I said that I saw the Dream post as well. Is that just an investment, or will there be a specified time to trade Crown as well with their platform? So what I thought initially was that they were going to have some kind of partnership where they host their token on Dream's like network platform or whatever. Now with Dream, what they're trying to do is they're trying to develop a specified time to trade crypto coins, just like the stock market. But I found out it's just their token that they are putting that stipulation to, not the other tokens that they host, just their token. So I'll get into more of that later in a different video. But this is what they invested in. My response, I'm sorry. So when I had asked that question, their response was Midas DAO has purchased 539,322 Dream for $146,289.78 in cash at an average price of 0.2712 per Dream. 27 cents per Dream. If Dream hits $1, that's going to be a crazy return for Midas. And Dream just started, like when Dream launched, they launched like the migration happened the day that Dream launched. So they got in before everyone else got in. So, that's crazy. It's one of the investments we announced a few days ago. Earnings will be returned to the protocol through buybacks. All of this is important information. I want you guys to keep that stuff in mind. Number 2, has the buyback from Twitter posts been completed already, or is that going to be after the migration? That's the thing where, if we hit so many, depending on how many retweets the post hits, that's how much of $50 worth that they would do buybacks. And I want to say when they ended that post, it was sitting at around $1,400. That's like $62,000 worth of buybacks. And their response, no, that has not happened yet. That should happen really soon. 3, how much money is allocated to marketing, and what would that consist of? I.e. Google Ads, Twitter, influencers on YouTube, and I think I put Twitter again, but I meant like Twitter posts and retweets and stuff like that, and others. Anything you can answer would be helpful. I average around 200 to 700 views per video, but I'm trying to bring value and information to the community and others. I don't know why I said this. I do remember I wasn't trying to say that I want to be sponsored. I was saying the only reason I'm asking these questions is because I average around this much, and I want to make sure I'm bringing value to everyone who views the videos. I mean, sponsorship would be dope, but like, that's not my main priority. My main priority is to be open, honest, and transparent with the information that I'm getting and that I'm giving. So response was $100,000 was paid. Most of it wasn't released yet due to version 2 migration, but we are planning to inject another 100,000 into marketing. I said, okay, so almost 200,000 total for marketing of version 1 and version 2, and taxes will be used to add to that marketing over time. Understood. So the reason why I said that was because there was another post about the taxing, about the taxes, like the buy tax, the sell tax, and the unstaking tax. And in that post, it talked about what those taxes were going to. Most of it was going to go to the buybacks, adding to the liquidity pool for the treasury, and also I think 20% of it was going to go to additional marketing. So they're already planning on putting another $100,000 into marketing, and they haven't even really done marketing yet for well, not at least not all of it for version 1 because of what happened with like the extreme drop. So they were gearing up for version 2, and they halted marketing for version 2 until the migration, until all that stuff is completed. So now they're going to be sitting on around $200,000 just for marketing, and that's going to go to influencers like YouTubers, big name people, stuff like that. So that's awesome. Now, in saying all of this, how does that play out? Let's go to the whiteboard real quick. So first off, it's going to be the seed money. The seed money came from the treasury from the version 1 crown. It's 2 million. Was paired to 33,000 crown for the liquidity pool, and there's currently $7 million in the treasury. So that is some really great seed money right there. Second is the investments. They bought 500,000 dream tokens at 27 cents for $148,000. Well, it's a little bit more than $148,000, but this is like give and take. So that's their initial investment that they did, again, day 1 of migration 12 hours ago. If this takes off to $1, then that's already going to be a hardcore profit that they're going to get from it. And usually stuff within the Ethereum network that has like a really cool use case will start taking off, and it's going to hit way more than $1. So getting in at this price, man, that's dope. So they did have the Time Wonderland $3 million investment. Of course, they still have that, even though it's at a loss, but that was still another investment that they did that took place. So from these two things, what we will have is the initial foundation for growing the treasury. So the next thing after that is going to be buybacks and marketing. These can be either 3 or 4, depending on which ones they start with first. But let's go here for the buybacks. So they had a tweet, I want to say it was Golden Boy that released this tweet. For every retweet that tweet got, or that post got, Twitter post got, they would spend $50 on buybacks. And by the time that ended, it was 1.4 thousand retweets. So it's going to be $62,000 buybacks. And that's going to happen within the next in the next 24 to 48 hours, or 48 to 72 hours. I'm not really rushing them on that. That's going to happen when it happens, but it will happen, the $62,000 buyback. So that's going to increase the price, and that's all again happening in a week. And then the next thing we have is the marketing for YouTubers and different articles. They are allocating $200,000 for marketing. That means different articles for different publications, and YouTubers, big name YouTubers, not me, but like bigger, larger YouTubers that have hundreds of thousands of views on their videos to start getting people over. Now, the final thing that is really good for this week is the taxes. So people have been selling literally the day of the migration, which to me was kind of stupid, but they did it. On the first day, in the first 24 hours after the migration, there is no buy tax. So the buy tax is is free currently to buy. The sale tax is currently sitting at 16% because we are at a price range of $40 to $80. As the price increases, I want to say the sale tax decreases, and then as the price goes down, it increases, basically to keep people in it. The unstaked tax is at a 30% unstaked tax. For the migration, if you have migrated from version 1 to version 2, you stake automatically and you don't have to worry about that. Now, unstaking your stuff will be 30% on the first day as a tax. If you don't want to pay the 30%, then you will wait the next day, it will be 5% less, and so forth and so on until it reaches 0%, which would be 7 days. So it takes 7 days completely staked for you not to pay a tax to unstake everything. And then you can sell it still taxed, but depending on what the price is, it could be 16% up to, I think, 25% or 30%. Which is the highest they'll go, but you need to keep up to date with those taxes. If you want me to make a separate video about that, I can let me know in the comments below. So the cool thing about this is with every trade, sell, buy, or unstaking, the taxes is going right back into the treasury. Now, what are they doing with those taxes? Some of it is allocated to buybacks, so that way they can buy those floating shares of Crown. And then the other half, not the other half, but then there's another bit of those taxes that go into the liquidity pool to add more to their to Crown, so that way they can have a higher price floor for the price of Crown. And then 20% of that 100% of taxes that are taken out goes into marketing. And currently the marketing for this is going to be paid up all the way through March. So we'll have a good 3 solid months of nothing but advertising for Midas, which is awesome. Also, I'm not sponsored by Midas. I don't work for anybody there. I just love the project and I make videos for it. So these are the reasons why I said that the price will rocket up in the first week, and then we will have that sharp correction on the 7th day, because there won't be a tax to unstake. And at that time, those who were in version 1, who got in at $15 to $20 and just accumulated token after token after token after token, and they never sold. Once they switched over to version 2, they're currently staking. Once that 7-day mark hits, they will take profit. And I'm only saying that because that would be something I would do. I would take profit, I would take out my initial investment, let the others ride, and there's going to be a few more people out there. When I say a few, there's going to be a lot of them out there that will do that, and it will drop the price. It will be just a correction. Now, the good thing about this is that had there been version 1, there would be no way to really stop that inflation. So, again, sell tax, buybacks, going right back into liquidity. That price is not going to stay down for long. It would be another good time to rack up on buying more Crown at a really good price when that time comes. So as the marketing kicks up and more people buy in, you'll start seeing that this kind of drop happens every week. Again, because of the unstake. Now, once more people come in and they start buying on different days and the trading actually starts happening in real time, then you'll start seeing a gradual price movement up and down, because not everyone is going to be unstaking on the same day. They'll unstake at different times because they'll have different entries. But we will have to wait at least a week, or, well, not a week or two, at least 2 to 3 weeks in order to start seeing that gradual movement back and forth for the mix match weeks that everyone is jumping in at it. But if any of this stuff is kind of confusing, I do apologize for that. Sorry if the video is too long, but if you guys have any other questions, if you want me to make a video about something specific, let me know in the comments below. If this video has brought you any kind of value, please consider subscribing, and I thank you guys so much for that. So again, until all are free, you guys have a good one out there, and peace out, y'all.